You are welcome to yet another episode of HN What's Your Say? The #1 listening show, where we discuss real issues with real people like you. We are still featuring R. Kelly. Real name, Robert Sylvester Kelly. Also known as the R&B King. It's not a story anymore. It's no longer the rumor it has been all along. We told you they are after R. Kelly's music catalog, and here we are today witnessing it as it unfolds. Sony denies they are behind this and blame it on other record companies such as Real Talk Entertainment and its sub-label Legacy Recordings, which has the very same name as Sony Music Label. What are we talking about here? A collection of new R. Kelly songs recently appeared on Spotify and Apple Music without R. Kelly's authorization, and R. Kelly's lawyers have declared this a crime. With everyone denying responsibility for the release of the stolen music, all eyes are now on Sony, just like we predicted. According to Jennifer Bonjean, this is music that belongs to Mr. Kelly but is currently in the hands of people who shouldn't have it. The 13-track album appeared on the streaming sites momentarily for a few hours before it was quickly taken down following public reaction. This left listeners surprised and confused at the same time. Kelly's master recordings were conveniently stolen around the time of his arrest back in 2019, just as Sony had planned it out, potentially via recording equipment or a hard drive. Have his music stolen and send him off to life in prison was always the real mission. Remember, Sony has rights to much of R. Kelly's music at the moment. If he died now, God forbid, they can easily pay off his family cheaply like they did Michael Jackson's and take full control of all the rights to the music they currently co-own with him. Having stolen his masters during the time of his arrest, when the feds claimed to be searching his home and studio for said evidence, in his absence, they could release everything including his unreleased songs and get away with it. With this information, you can now tell why R. Kelly is currently in prison, and what Sony's end goal with his case is. Also, with this information, you can understand why he was time and again placed on suicide watch, even when he clearly wasn't depressed and realistically didn't need this kind of isolation. If anything, R. Kelly was placed on suicide watch to make him think that he needed to take his own life. Thank God he didn't fall for the psychological trick and has instead chosen to stand and fight the charges concocted against him. If this had been about R. Kelly as a person, there would never have been reason to mute his music, or to cut off his revenue streams. The reason for this is to make his family bankrupt and indebted with nothing to earn from his loyalties, and later secure an easier bargain when the time comes for Sony to hijack his entire music catalog. Michael Jackson's was worth a couple of billions when they offered to pay off his family with only $500 million, an offer that was immediately accepted considering their father's death and concocted criminal record had left them completely indebted. Even if he won the case in the end, Michael's name had already been socially tarnished, and this greatly affected the life of his children, making them an easy target to buy out by the giant company Sony Records. Their plan for R. Kelly's music is not any different, and the sudden release of his master collection is just a way of preparing the fans for what's yet to come. The songs were collectively billed, as I admitted, on the streaming platforms and include tracks such as Air, I Found Love, Freaky Sensation, and The Last Man Standing, among others. The 20-minute song, I admitted, according to reports, was split into 3 parts when it appeared on the streaming platforms Friday. When approached by the media, Sony denied being involved in the release of the songs and resorted to a blame game, but representatives of Real Talk and In Grooves could not be reached to confirm this. They are tactfully keeping away from the press to avoid questions, and are likely doing this on Sony's instruction. What is interesting with the R. Kelly situation is that the only thing the government knows how to do is to mute him. If R. Kelly's legal team decided to sue for this illegal release, it is more than likely that the courts will not be as interested in his case. After all, it's Sony they are working for to destroy the R&B king. This is likely the reason attorney Bonjean is keeping all such battles for later. For now, there is a mountain of injustices already displayed in the ongoing cases to deal with, and that is her primary concern. It is also believed by many that the release of these 13 songs and crowning them the joint album name, I Admit It, was an intentional move by those responsible for funding R. Kelly's ordeals to set him up in a way. There is no other relevant reason for illegally releasing the songs and titling the album, I admit it, but to try and frame him like he is admitting the current allegations against him, which ain't true. This causes us to wonder what these people against R. Kelly won't do to try and set him up. They know well it's fraudulent to release his music illegally like that, but nevertheless they went for it. They are so emboldened to act like they are above the law. Perhaps they are considering they have so far been able to pull off so many illegal moves against the R&B king. They succeeded in publishing the defaming docuseries and had the government help them indict anyone who tried to stop its premiering. Donald Russell currently awaits to start serving his prison sentence. They also succeeded in denying R. Kelly bail when they deceived the whole world that he was a flight risk, and placing him on suicide watch when it was not necessary at all to further torment him. These haters also succeeded in concocting inappropriate charges that were not relevant to his case, such as the RICO and Mann Act violation charges, and the court ruled in their favor. Then they also succeeded in overriding the Chicago indictment when the judge forced a guilty judgment for both coercing and enticing, to which the jury did not agree. And now they have also succeeded in releasing his music fraudulently, and they already look like they are going to get away with it. Perhaps they are indeed above the law. According to Greta Davis, it's so amazing how the truth of what's going on with R. Kelly still stands out for the world to see amidst all this injustice. I guess this is why the media and celebrities are all quiet right now. Everyone that plotted against him, or those that chose to go with what the media said about him, now know the truth is about to come out. Eventually all that said he needs to be locked up for life will feel stupid and try to alter their statements about him. In fact, many have already switched sides after learning the real truth. If you are out there and still supporting these juntas of the music industry called Sony, you likely have a mental problem. These guys are here to kill, steal and destroy. They did the same to Michael Jackson, and here we are, fellow black people, again helping them with R. Kelly. What a shame. According to Samuel, I didn't know that greed and jealousy could get people as far as trying to destroy someone's life to this extent. R. Kelly is no angel, but what he is being accused of cannot be proven. I wonder how far he would be now with his music if he had not been set up. We miss his music and hope he returns soon. If you wish to take part in a live interview on this channel discussing any of these topics, let us know by emailing us on sashahnnewsroom@gmail.com for scheduling. That is all we had for you today on HN What's Your Say. To keep updated whenever we post a new video, subscribe to this channel now. Also remember to hit the bell icon and enable notifications. And feel free to share your opinions with us in the comment section below, and let us know if you would like us to publish your views in our next release. We value all our subscribers' opinions.